right before the dialogue, the Shangri-La dialogue, there's an episode of basically the Chinese side rejected the U.S. overture to have meetings between the two defense ministers. And of course, the reality is like the U.S. has failed to lift or to remove the coercive measures against the Chinese side, against the Chinese defense minister. So if the U.S. truly wants to have a dialogue, how difficult it is to remove those measures?
Beijing is not in the interest of the talk just for the sake of talk. The purpose of a talk is to build up confidence, as well as to reduce the miscalculation. And I think that in order to show the sincerity, Washington should do something to show that such kind of dialogue is not only for the sake of dialogue, it's not only kind of a show, but also to reduce the tension, to reduce the miscalculation. And I think that some of those sanctions are very important signals that Washington should do, removing those sanctions by their previous administrations. So I think that this is the reason why Beijing rejected that. I think that Washington's statements that they are quite concerned about the so-called Beijing's uninterested in engaging with or have a dialogue with the United States is very misleading.
Yeah, they are blaming the Chinese side for, in their words, lack of willingness to engage.
It's unfair. It's obviously unfair. I think that Beijing is interested in.
So basically, the Beijing's top concern is like whether there is a sincerity from Washington to have dialogue.
And whether it is reliable, has credibility because of those what I call the political decay in the Washington. Whether president's words or their senior officials' words could be kept in the next administration, whether those remarks by executive branch will be, quite short, will maintain a short period of time because of strong opposition from the Congress. A lot of promise or commitments has not been fulfilled because of a toxic atmosphere in Washington. So I think that has made Chinese people, Beijing, even more suspicious about whether those kind of talk will produce a substantial results.